Designing your own fitness program. In this area, students will be introduced to the different principles of exercise training and the application of FIT principles which are vital in designing their own fitness program. Examples of warm-up activities will also be presented in this module. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, the students should be able to 1. Explain the different principles of exercise. 2. Design and create their own fitness program. Introduction. The different principle of exercise will help you to understand how to design your own fitness program, which will be based on your own ability, capability, and needs. In exercising, there is no such thing as one size fits all, which means that every individual has different fitness level and skill. For a fitness program to be effective, it must be based on your own need. Principles of exercise training. 1. Principle of overload. The principle of overload states that a greater than normal stress or load on the body is required for training adaptation to take place. The body will adapt to this stimulus. Once the body has adapted, a different stimulus is required to continue the change. In order for a muscle, including the heart, to increase strength, it must be gradually stressed by working against a load greater than it is used to. To increase endurance, muscles must work for a longer period of time than they are used to. If this stress is removed or decreased, there will be a decrease in that particular component of fitness. A normal amount of exercise will maintain the current fitness level. Overload is necessary in order to develop fitness in all exercise-related fitness components: cardiorespiratory, aerobic, endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, and flexibility. According to the principle of overload, a person must load the body in a higher manner than normal in order to improve fitness. For improved cardiorespiratory endurance via walking, for example, this means walking faster or farther or more times a week than usual. Muscular strength and muscular endurance overload mean contracting the body's muscles for a longer period of time, or more frequently during the week, or adding weight to the number of repetitions performed. Flexibility improvements require stretching more often or holding individual stretches for long periods of time or stretching beyond the usual point of flexion or extension. 2. Principle of progression. It states that the body should experience a gradual increase in workload. If the principle of overload asks how hard, then the principle of progression asks how soon. Progression is an important training principle for several reasons. First, starting slowly and learning the proper techniques involved in progressive resistance training, PRT, are important for reducing injuries. Second, progressing slowly can prevent extreme soreness in beginners when they do too much too soon. Finally, progressing slowly will enable the supporting structures of your muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, to adapt to the overload placed on them during training. As the saying goes, anything worth doing is worth doing right. So, make sure you apply the principle of progression to ensure a safe and enjoyable PRT experience. There are a number of ways to apply the overload principle to a strength and conditioning program: increase the weight lifted, increase the volume of work, change the exercises employed, modify the order of the exercises, alter the rest periods. 3. Principle of specificity. Specificity is the principle of training that states that sports training should be relevant and appropriate to the sport for which the individual is training in order to produce a training effect. The specificity principle simply states that training must go from highly general training to highly specific training. The principle of specificity also implies that to become better at a particular exercise or skill, you must perform that exercise or skill. To be a good cyclist, you must cycle. The point to take away is that a runner should train by running and a swimmer should train by swimming. 4. Principle of individuality. This states that no two persons are the same and their rate of adoption to the same workload differs. This principle emphasizes the need to create an exercise program that is individual, specific. All individuals have different performance goals, fitness attributes, lifestyle, and nutritional preference. They respond to exercise and its physical and social environment in their own unique way. It is, therefore, essential that the exercise program caters to these individual needs and preferences. 5. Principle of reversibility. Reversibility means any adaptation that takes place as a result of training will be reversed when you stop training. If you take a break or do not train often enough, you will lose fitness, rest, recovery. It is important to have rest in your program to allow your body to recover. An easy way to get started on developing a personal fitness program is utilizing the FITT principle. This acronym stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. These are the areas in which someone could increase or overload in order to improve physical fitness. Frequency. This refers to how often you will exercise. After any form of exercise is performed, your body completes a process of rebuilding and repairing. So, determining the frequency of exercise is important in order to find a balance that provides just enough stress for the body to adapt and also allows enough rest time for healing. Intensity. Defined as the amount of effort or work that must be completed in a specific exercise. This too requires a good balance to ensure that the intensity is hard enough to overload the body but not so difficult that it results in overtraining, injury or burnout. Time. Time is simply how long each individual session should last. This will vary based on the intensity and type. Type. What type of exercise will you be doing? Will an exercise session be primarily cardiovascular, resistance training, or a combination of both? And, what specific exercises will you perform? FITT, frequency, intensity, time, and type.